Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Tori Larned with KVU News. You're going to hear my voice right now. We're just kind of trying to take shelter. As you can see through this camera, we are dealing with some wintry mix coming down, not just rain. I got hailed on just a few minutes ago, pretty bad. It was pretty small, like pea size, if not smaller, but was coming down a lot. We're looking like it's a wintry mix again, but it is cold out here, and it's a bit messy, so if you can stay off the roads, I would do that. But I want to explain to you what we're seeing right now as you watch this live stream. One second, I want to make sure my mic is on. All right, we are going. So what you're looking at here is a 26 car pileup, or I guess the cleanup of this 26 car pileup off SH 45 and FM 620. Obviously, you can see the road conditions are bad, and these are the conditions that lead to these accidents like this, so it's very important to drive slow. We're looking at the tow truck still clearing this out. 4 people have been taken to the hospital according to Austin Travis County EMS. One is likely also going to be one more is also likely going to be transported. They said we'll work to find out if that has happened. But other than that, no more injuries were reported. The people whose cars have been cleared out by these tow trucks, as you can see, a lot of them have been completely totaled, and we see one tow truck in this scene as right now as we speak, getting ready to be taken off. But the people who were in those cars, Cap Metro has sent 2 buses in to help get them to a warm and to a safe spot until they can figure out transportation elsewhere. But right now, this ramp 620, this accident happened on both the upper and lower bounds of it. So if this is part of your commute, you're going to want to find a different way to go. This is not going to open up for a little bit longer as they still try to clear up the last bit of this car. I know it's a 1-lane ramp, and so that caused a little bit of congestion when this 26 car accident happened. We have Austin Police at the scene, Austin Fire Department, Travis County EMS, multiple tow trucks, all working really hard in this pouring rain, might I add. So definitely thank you to them. But if you see them around on the roads, give them space. A lot of them are out of their vehicles right now, and while this one does have a ramp to protect them from other cars going by, that's not the situation where you're going to see everywhere if there are more crashes. So if you see them while you're driving today, if you have to drive, move far over from them, drive slow, and give them the space they need to clear this up, because obviously we can see that cars aren't under complete control in this weather, so we really don't know how they're going to react. So a little tips for drivers who maybe aren't used to this type of weather. Maybe you moved here recently and don't know Austin roads and don't know Texas roads, or have never driven in wintry mixed conditions. First of all, and obviously these are going to sound obvious, but they're great reminders. First of all, go slow and move cautiously with your cars. Give yourself space between all cars so that you have time to brake if needed and you have time to react if needed. Those are going to be 2 really important things. Obviously, give first responders, emergency crews, tech stock crews, give them all the space they need to do their jobs safely as well. Also, make sure your car is in good condition. So if you decide to hit the road, if there's a close by station you can go to get your oil checked or fill it up with gas, and wiper fluid, that's going to be important to make sure that you get where you need to be safely. Also, make sure that your windshield wipers are working, your heater is working, and your brakes are working. If you need a brake check, that's going to be really important. So those are some of the preventative things you can do. Maybe not now is the best time to go check your car. Maybe just stay at home if you're worried about that. But in the future, if we've been forecasting this for about a week now, our meteorologists. So those are some good tips to follow. Again, for those who are just watching, this happened around 8:40. Austin Fire Department reported this around the 8 a.m. hour, just before 9. They're still working to clear it up, so we're at 10 now, so a little bit over an hour. Looks like they have a little ways to go, so it's going to be closed off for a little bit longer at least. Trying to bring you as many updates as we get. If you have any questions, I'm looking at the comments right now if you want to ask anything. Again, if there's background noise, I apologize. I am sitting in a car to try to avoid as much rain as possible. It is really cold and wet out there. Now, for some of the viewers, we have a lot of viewers here right now. I want to talk about some of the other areas where we've got reports of some pretty freezing, rough conditions. Leander was reporting some of that this morning. As of now, it's cleared up, but if you live in Leander, I'd check in with local pages there to see what the road conditions look like. I'm pulling up some of that information now, so I'm going to go quiet for a second here. So yeah, if you were out and about in Leander this morning, over near the San Gabriel River Bridge, between Highway 29 and FM 2243, Leander Police Department said the conditions caused multiple crashes over there around 8:20. That road is reopened, but just showing that as I've been reading the comments in this Facebook Live, people have continued to say that they're seeing some freezing conditions in Leander, some of the people living up there. So just be careful if you live in that area. Cedar Park Police were also shutting down Lakeline Boulevard between Cypress Creek Road and Little Elm Trail because of slippery roads there. So a lot of reports coming from different officials, especially up here in the northwest area above Austin. So just be careful as you drive. I'd be interested if you guys live in some of the areas to tell me where the rain is coming down, though, to kind of keep people informed. I'd love to see some of those comments. So leave a comment if you live in the southern areas of Austin or anything like that, just to kind of give people an idea of where we're seeing that. I've also been hearing a bit of thunder, I will say, up here in the northwest area near Round Rock. And I see other people have heard that too. So like Madiel Ruiz said this morning, we are going to see some thunderstorms and that freezing rain throughout the day. No deaths. I see a question from Yahera Gonzalez. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but no. Thankfully, nobody died in this crash, in this pileup of 26 cars. One person or 4 people have been taken to the hospital, at least one in serious condition. They said the others were pretty minor, but they're going to get checked out. But they also said, and when I say they, I mean Austin Travis County EMS, say that one other person could possibly go, but they're still working on extricating or getting some of those people out of the cars and out of the mess. So we're going to keep an eye on what Austin Travis County EMS tells us, because they're still giving us updates. Jessica Boss says it's hailing in Hutto, raining in Round Rock near Del Diamond. Thank you, Denitza, for that update. Chad asks if I'm in south or north. This is on the northbound ramp, but it's on the upper and lower decks. Raining and loud thunder by Grand Avenue Parkway for people living over there. An interesting tweet from Leander Police I want to read. Leander Police posted at around 9:30 this morning, so just less than an hour ago, a pretty stern warning to people driving in this weather like it's normal weather. They said, some of you are driving like you are late to work, not realizing that if you have a crash on the icy roads, then you're not making it to work. Slow down and drive to the icy conditions. Pretty please with cherry on top. Again, that's coming from Leander Police tweeting that on Twitter. I've seen similar reports from other departments asking people to take it easy, slow down way slower than you're used to going. Take the side roads. That's what I did to get to this accident. I definitely took it down, and I know that a lot of you are reporting that large car crash in Fort Worth. This is why it's so important to take it slow. You may not see the ice on the roads. It may look like it's raining down, but we are talking about freezing rain. That's going to cause dangerous and slippery conditions on the road. So please, please slow down, not just for yourself, but for the other people on the road. Marcella says it's sleeting in Leander with some thunder. This is from Leander ISD. If we have any parents from Leander ISD, just less than an hour ago, they tweeted that they are monitoring these weather conditions very closely. They're aware of the freezing temperatures and the expected ongoing precipitation over the next 5 days. They have not made any decisions, but they said they will keep you updated once they do make some decisions about, obviously, school at Leander ISD. So that's an update from them. Again, what you're looking at here, actually seeing one of the fire trucks drive away as some of these emergency crews slowly dwindle away from this scene, but they are still very much here, closing off that ramp for 620, Highway 620. We got multiple trucks here. I see one, two, it's about 6 or 7 tow trucks. One of them is actually pulling weight right now with another one of those cars that was involved in a wreck. Looks like a pickup truck. We've seen a couple pickup trucks pulled away from this crash. Many of these cars had some pretty significant damage to them as they got towed away. But again, if you're listening, I know wondering if there were any injuries or things like that. Thankfully, we have not had any reports of any deaths in this accident. Austin, Travis County EMS tell us 4 people were taken to the hospital, possibly looking at a 5th person, and only one of them had serious injuries. The rest just minor and getting checked out. Again, feel free to ask me any questions if you're just logging on to this Facebook Live. I'll be happy to answer them, especially if you've missed some of the information. But we also have a link right attached to this story on kview.com that you can read more about. I'm looking on Twitter right now. A viewer says he's in South Austin. This is James Driscoll. He says he's in South Austin and the cars on his street are covered in ice. So thank you for that report, James. He also says news folks are going to have a long day. I feel you. I'm soaking wet, dude. My toes are soaking wet. But it's okay. And just a reminder, everybody, this weather is going to stick around for all day today. It's not going away anytime soon, not just passing through. We're going to see these icy, wintry mixed conditions all day long. We're going to see some pretty tough weather throughout the weekend as far as low temperatures really not getting above freezing. Especially when we look at Sunday to Monday. Now, I'm not going to go into it in depth. I'm not a meteorologist. Please, get the KView app and watch our meteorologists are keeping that updated 24/7 right now to make sure you have the latest to stay safe. But I will say that they are predicting snow on Sunday night, Monday morning. So a lot more in the hill country, but also possibility over here. But so this weather is going to continue. And then we're also going to see these temperatures until next Tuesday, at least in the forecast. Tuesday getting down to 12 degrees. Why do I know that? I will be reporting at 12 degrees next Tuesday in the morning. So it's definitely going to be a cold and tough one. So bundle up all weekend long. Honestly, this is a weekend for your fireplace or to bundle up and watch TV because you don't want to be on these roads. I don't even want to be standing outside. It's that cold. It's bitter. It's a bitter cold. It's not just raining. I was mid live shot when it started hailing down. So the weather is changing back and forth very quickly. So you just want to be cognizant of that and just keep yourself safe and warm this weekend. Aaron says, I have to work at 2. Will it still be raining? Aaron, yes, the rain is predicted all day long. So it's going to be raining. So if you work at 2, really give yourself plenty of time to get to work. Start getting ready early to hit the road, take some side roads. Just be careful when you drive, Aaron. But thanks for the question. Again, this happened, Chad, you couldn't hear my answer, but if you're still listening, this happened on the northbound ramp of 620. So that's going to be closed off till further notice. Austin Police still working to help Austin Fire clear up this accident. I know we have a lot of new viewers here, so I'm going to recap everything that's happened here and what you're looking for. We still have quite a few new people coming in, so if you want to catch up, we also have the link on this KView app, or we have a link to the web article with all the information. But I really highly suggest, because of this weekend, we are sending out alerts about everything on our KView app to keep you updated about these weather conditions. So go to the App Store, get KView, and you can get these weather alerts because the weather is going to be very tricky this weekend. So do that, and then follow all our meteorologists on Twitter and Facebook and those things, because they are constantly putting out information. We're keeping you updated on some of these slick roadways and on traffic and stuff. But let's get to what we're seeing here. We are looking at the aftermath of a 26-car pileup near SH 45 and FM 620 in Austin, where at least 4 people were taken to the hospital. Austin Travis County EMS said that there's possibly one more in the works of getting out and going to the hospital. Most with minor injuries, really just going for a checkup. That's the good news here. No deaths were reported. Amazing news there, thankfully. But they are still working to clear up this mess. You're looking at the screen right now with one of those tow trucks pulling one of those totaled cars onto it, getting ready to transport it. That's the scene we've been seeing for the last about hour and a half since this started. Those cars being slowly taken away. That's a single lane ramp, so that congestion really blocked up that entire ramp. So it's not going to be opening anytime soon from the looks of it, and based on the pace of this movement that we've been seeing. Crews, you can't really tell from the video, maybe if you look at those roadways with the water coming up, but it is soaking wet out here in the Cedar Park area, again near SH 45 and FM 620. It is still pouring down. We're seeing a mix of rain, and we're seeing a mix of that wintry mix, that kind of slush, so sleet. So just be careful out here. For the people who were okay, we do have a CAP Metro bus, 2 of them operating to get the people out of their cars and get them to a warm spot. So they're not just left hanging here at this scene. They are being taken care of, while Austin Police, Austin Fire, Austin Travis County EMS all take care of the situation. Now, I will say, as I look, because you're only looking at a part of this ramp, if we were to move it to the left, photographer's not at the camera right now. I'll hopefully get that scene changed in a little bit. But I don't see any more EMS or emergency vehicles here. So all the ambulances are gone as of now, at least from what I can see. I still see one police vehicle. There might be some farther down the road keeping that ramp clear. And I also see one fire truck. So really it looks like we're down to getting those cars moved out by the tow trucks mainly. Meanwhile, I want to talk about Travis County TxDOT right now. They pre-treated these roads yesterday. I can't say for sure if they pre-treated this one, but they pre-treated many roads to prepare for this wintry mix and these freezing roads. So a lot of them are treated, but they say that they will have crews stationed throughout the weekend ready to respond and retreat roads if they see any areas that are having some difficulties for transportation. Obviously trying their best to keep these roads safe and keep them open, but there are going to be some closures likely through the weekend, and the best place to go do that and to check on those closures, let me pull up, sorry, a lot of information coming to me right now, so I want to make sure I get it right for you. One second, please. drivetexas.org. That is where you want to go. to learn about road conditions, icy roads, closed roads. They really mark it all. And we're not just talking about in Austin. It spans pretty wide, so all Texas roads. So if you live in Leander, Cedar Park, Buda, any of these places, Burnet, you can go and check on them, especially the hill country. You guys are expecting some weather too, so go ahead and check that out before you head out the door today. Austin, not used to this type of weather, by the way. We're seeing some pretty historic lows. I've heard from our meteorologists, we just had snow a couple weeks ago, something that we're also not used to getting. So if you're not used to driving on these roads, try to stay home, but also read up on how to drive safe on these roads if you've never really approached them. It's, if you're going 5 under, you want to go slower than that. You want to go really slow. And a lot of people I'm seeing, when I was driving here, weren't doing that. So don't go in the normal speed, and that's going to not only keep you safe, it's going to keep everybody safe. I see a lot of comments about not following so close. That's a great rule of thumb. Keep yourself far away from other cars to give yourself distance in case you need a break. Getting another update for people who are listening right now. If you work in Williamson County offices, Williamson County tweeted that they will close at noon today due to inclement weather, as you can see, and these hazardous, dangerous road conditions that we're seeing. If you need any services and you had something to do with the Williamson County offices today, they're encouraging you to use their online services to try to do that, or wait till another day. But for now, they're going to be closing again at noon today for those things. Earlier, I also saw Leander ISD was looking at the roads and paid attention and say they haven't made any decisions, but they're going to monitor them to bring parents any decisions they make about schooling. I also want to say Travis County Sheriff's Office just tweeted saying deputies have shut down FM 1431 near Tyler Trail due to ice on the roadway and at least one collision over there. So again, if you're in Travis County near FM 1431, the Tyler Trail, that is going to be closed now. We're keeping an updated list or keeping updated on these closures in these crashes on kview.com. So make sure to get the app. We're keeping everything updated right now. I know a lot of you are watching, so if you don't want to stick by your phone necessarily, we're sending out alerts on some of the more important things for you. We also have a live weather blog going where meteorologists are going to keep you updated throughout the day. Yeah, Maria, drivetexas.org, but thanks, Donetta, for posting that. Drivetexas.org, everybody, is a place you can go to check the road conditions, where you see ice, where the roads are closed, and things like that. So it's going to be a great tool for you to use if you need to go anywhere. And if you're just joining in and don't really know what's going on, let me know and I can recap it again. I've been on recapping for a while, so I don't want to sound too repetitive here, but I definitely want to make sure everyone is staying informed. One other thing, Austin Public Health has activated their cold weather shelters starting tonight. They will, so anyone who needs this, if you know anybody who needs a cold weather shelter, single adults, they should go to the Central Library. That's on West Cesar Chavez in downtown Austin, between 6 and 8 p.m. Families in need of shelter should go to the Downtown Salvation Army Shelter, and that's on 8th Street, and they should get there by 6 p.m. Health screening, by the way, I know we're all dealing with COVID, so if you know someone who has to go to these shelters, Austin Public Health will have a health screening for COVID-19 during registration and checking temperatures to make sure people are okay. Again, one more person asking for this tool, www.drivetexas.org. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tori Larned with KVUE News. You're probably wondering who the voice is behind this live stream right now. I'm a morning reporter here, and I've been out all morning watching road conditions, actually since about 4 a.m. So we've definitely seen it develop. And what you're looking at right now, for all new viewers, I'm going to recap what we're seeing here. We've also captured some drone footage, so we're going to get up to you on 11 a.m. on KVUE. So if you have some time working from home at 11 a.m., we are going to be reporting live on ABC. You can watch that on the KVUE app, but we're going to show you some extra footage of what we're seeing, a better vantage point than what we have on right now on this live stream, just one angle. So we're going to get you multiple angles there. But what you're looking at right now is a 26 car pileup at State Highway 45 and FM 620. It is raining out here, a wintry mix. I think it's kind of settled down into a rain for now, but we've seen hail out here. We've heard thunder. We've seen some slush. So we have really hit multiple different types of weather, and these are the perfect mixture to cause pileups like this one. As you can see right now, or you just missed it, two more cars, have been taken away. Both of them looking pretty beat up here. And that's the same thing we've seen all morning long. Most of these cars looking totaled and just pretty banged up. But the good news, or I guess the better news, the thankful news, is there have been nobody reportedly died today. So that is good news. No deaths reported. 4 people were taken to the hospital, possibly a 5th one. I'm still waiting to get confirmation on that, but they said they were working. Austin Travis County EMS said they were possibly working on bringing a 5th person to the hospital. But one person with serious injuries, the rest mild, really just going in for a checkup. So 4 injuries total. The rest of the people that were here in this 26-car pileup were likely taken away by Capital Metro buses who came here to help with the situation and get people to a warm spot because it is really cold out here today. Bitter cold, honestly, without gloves. My hands make it about 1 minute in the rain. It is really cold. So bundle up if you're going outside, wear your rain boots, wear multiple socks. It seems very straightforward, but I'm telling you it's colder than it seems. So just bundle up, that's for sure. And I've been out here for hours, so I definitely know what's going on. I know TxDOT has treated these roads, but that's not foolproof. That's not going to be the answer to everything. So take it slow. when you go out on those roads. They're also going to be retreating them throughout the weekend because this bad weather, these icy conditions are going to continue throughout the weekend. That freezing temperature is not going anywhere. We have an update from Hutto ISD. Hutto ISD says they will keep a regular schedule today. The current storm and freezing temperatures are forecasted to improve slightly later this afternoon, creating a better window of travel conditions. However, they said all after-school activities have been canceled, with the exception of YMCA after school. They said they will communicate any changes for tomorrow as early as later this afternoon. The early afternoon. So Hutto ISD keeping their regular schedule today. I got to step off for a second, people. So just go to the link if you want more information. We're going to keep this live feed up for you. Sorry. I wanted to come back up for a second because we are going to go black on this screen for a second. That's because our photographer, we've been streaming this a while, so he is going to change out the battery. So just to let everybody know, we are only temporarily going to be down as soon, but we're going to be back up as soon as he changes this battery. So really a minute or less. So if you see that black screen, that is why my voice will disappear. But again, stay with us. We are going to come back up in just All right, for people from Manor ISD, we have another update for you. I just talked about how Hutto ISD is going to keep their regular schedule today, and they'll bring us updates about tomorrow's schedule early this afternoon. Manor ISD is closely monitoring this weather as well in eastern Travis County. They will notify families if there's any change to the regular school day, meaning as of now, they haven't made any changes. Maria Ruiz, our meteorologist, is active on Twitter right now, so if you want to follow her for updates, at Maria Ruiz WX on Twitter to see what this weather pattern is looking like and where this rain is going to go for the rest of the afternoon. One more update. The National Weather Service is advising drivers to really not travel in the hill country area, saying it's a little rough over there. So if you're in the hill country, definitely going to want to stay off the roads as best as possible. And if not, go extremely slow. But they are recommending, again, National Weather Service, Austin, San Antonio area is recommending everyone avoids travel in the hill country in the northern I-35 corridor as conditions continue to get worse here, especially on these elevated roadways. You're looking at an accident that happened, of course, on a ramp over here now near South Highway 45 and 620. So these are the conditions that are going to cause these crashes, because these are the first places, these overpasses, these ramps and bridges are the first places where it freezes. That's going to be the most slippery and dangerous areas. So if you're commuting, take the side roads, take those flat roads, and try to avoid the highways where we have these overpasses. I know there's a lot of them in Austin, especially in multiple of these corridors where Mopac and 283 meet and I-35. So if you try to avoid all of those, especially the higher ones, they're gonna freeze and they're gonna be very dangerous, and you don't want to end up in a situation right here. For those who are watching now, we see the remnants of this 26 car pileup. Most of the cars are cleared now, but it was a different situation earlier. We're going to talk about that coming up here in 10 minutes on KVUE News at 11. We're going to cut in really quick. I know we're going to have the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump, or former President Donald Trump, also happening. So we're going to quickly cut in to give you some of the coverage here, show you what it looked like at the beginning, what we saw. The reason we bring you this is to show how dangerous this is and why it's so important to take it slow, because this pileup, 26 cars, that is a dangerous situation. So we're going to show you, kind of walk you through what happened this morning, coming up in just 10 minutes. If you don't have cable, you can watch it on KVUE, the KVUE app as well. So we're getting an update from meteorologist Jason Michael with us, KVUE's Jason Michael. He says there's an ice alert reports of ice near Mansfield Dam on FM 620. 620, just not the place to be today, people. Very slippery. Again, Jason Michael keeping traffic and weather on his mind today for us, says that reports of ice near Mansfield Dam on FM 620. So you're gonna want to avoid that area. Really, people, just stay off the roads today, because we're getting lots of reports as I continue to check different social media sites for these conditions. Heads up, it sounds like I'm listening right now. I'm in my car. The rain has picked up a lot, and I'm actually hearing some very small pieces of hail hit my car. So we're going back to a little bit of this heavy hail, wintry mix, as opposed to just the rain. So if you're in the Round Rock, Northwest Austin area, that's what we're experiencing out here. So stay off the roads if you can. We would love to hear your reports of what you're seeing, everybody. So send us messages on Facebook or Twitter, or reach out to us. We want to know what exactly viewers are seeing as we follow the storms this weekend. So that's going to be really important for us. Wherever you are, send us videos of hail, sleet, and things like that. We really rely on you a lot of the times to really have a good idea of what's going on in our community, as well as our obviously our awesome meteorologists who I work very closely with. They're doing a fantastic job, but we love to kind of see what's going on. So on this Facebook Live, definitely drop what you're seeing, so I can kind of give people a better idea of what we're seeing in South Austin, Hutto, Cedar Park, all over Williamson County, Hayes County, those types of things. So Burnett County, we really want to just give people a good idea of what we're seeing all over the place. So we're getting an update from Austin Travis County EMS right now. Their final update of this 26 car pileup on South Highway 45 and Highway 620. They say a total of 32 people were involved. 5 patients were taken to St. David's Round Rock, 1 with a trauma alert, so more serious condition, and 4 were non-life threatening. EMS is not on the scene anymore. They're done here. I also only see Austin Police. Austin Fire doesn't look like they're on the scene unless they are farther down the ramp. So we're really just dealing with Austin Police Department and the tow trucks clearing up the rest of it. I see in my vision and what you're looking at there, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 cars left, 3 to 5 cars left that they're clearing out. They've been doing this for a little bit over an hour, but guys, this was a lot worse an hour and a half ago. We're going to bring you some of those updates on KVUE News in just a few minutes. But yeah, the total here we're seeing were 32 people involved, 5 patients taken to St. David's Round Rock, 1 in serious condition, 4 not. Thankfully, nobody died in this crash, thankfully. But it is dangerous out here. You may think it's just rain. It's freezing rain. It's causing these roads to be very slippery, especially if you're going the regular speed limit. You need to slow down, and especially if you're on these overpasses. We're looking at a ramp right now that a single lane ramp, and so very tight, and that's caused part of that pileup. But these are the things you're going to want to avoid, especially if you're going to work. If you want to make it to work, give yourself time and take a slower route. At least that way you will make it to work. We also have drone video coming up to kind of show you what we saw earlier. The reason we bring this to you is to show you what these conditions can cause. I think we're trying to just, we see this every time we get severe weather like this, accidents and pileups. So we want people to be very careful, and we're trying to keep you as safe as possible. For those of you just got on, all right, so I do have to step off. You're going to see me in front of the camera in a second here. We're going to go live. If you want to transition to the KVUE app or your cable, we're going to go live on KVUE News right now. So I am going to step on the car. You're going to hear a little bit of like me moving around. I will say that it is super slushy out here, people. The ground is slushy as can be. I haven't been out in a hot minute because it is pretty cold and wet, and my gloves are soaking wet now. So it's been tough for me to be out here, but obviously I want to show you what's going on. So what I see on the ground is a lot of ice crystals and a little bit of hail and slushy mix. So I'm also seeing that on the roadways now. As I get out of the car ahead of this live shot, I am looking at some slushy roadways, which is going to be very slippery. The sidewalks are slippery. JP, before we go on, let's show them, we have a couple minutes here. Do you want to kind of zoom in on the grass and show them what we're seeing here? Yeah, take a look at that. As you can see, I mean, look at my foot. I'm moving as this comes off the ground. Do you see that? This is what I'm seeing on the roads. Obviously, I can't do this on the roads, but it's on the sidewalk, and we're in Northwest Austin, Cedar Park area, so it's a little messy out here, people. You don't want to be out. I'm freezing cold, so if we're being honest. But we're about to go live, so I'll give you the latest update. I hear you. If you need me to wrap, I will wrap, so just let me know. Good morning, everybody. I am Tori Larned. Well, it is a messy and dangerous day here on Central Texas roads, including what we're looking at, the aftermath of a 26-car pileup on SH 45 and FM 620. It happened earlier this morning around 8 a.m. Due to these icy conditions, we're seeing this wintry mix that is causing very slick roads. We just recently heard from Austin Travis County EMS that 5 people were taken to the hospital. 1 person was in serious condition. The other had non-life-threatening injuries. Meanwhile, 32 people total were involved in this accident. So for the rest of them, many of these cars were totaled today. Thankfully, Cap Metro has stepped in to help. Earlier today, they did have some buses out here, but you are looking right now at drone footage from earlier today of that pileup. As you can see, it is a single lane ramp that really caused some dangerous conditions as these slick roads caused this car pileup. We still have Austin police out here right now in the tow trucks, but earlier today, again, as you look at this video, you are seeing Austin Travis County EMS out here, Austin Fire, so many emergency responders out here trying to get this road back open and these people taken care of. Again, Austin Travis County EMS is now off the scene. They are done. They said 32 people were involved in this crash. Austin police, meanwhile, say this road will stay closed, or this 620 ramp will stay closed until they get it taken care of, which it looks like a little bit longer. We've been out here for about an hour and a half, a little bit more than that. So for now, we're going to look at other roads. They are messy all over the place this morning. We've been tracking it all morning. Jason Michael is with us now. Jason, explain to me what we're seeing in other areas of Central Texas. Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Tori Larned with KVU News. You've probably heard my voice if you've been on this thread for or on this Facebook Live for a little bit. I want to give one last update on what we're seeing here. We're getting some updates from Austin Travis County EMS, but for those of you who are just watching, trying to figure out what's going on, we are looking at a 26 car, or the aftermath of a 26 car pileup on SH 45 and FM 620. Now, of course, you're seeing really icy conditions. When I just got out of the car, the roads were very slick, and I saw mushy piles of ice on these roads, so they're getting slicker. The freezing temperatures are going to remain. That's why these roads are dangerous, and these slick conditions obviously leading to issues like this 26 car pileup that we're looking at. 5 people were taken to the hospital on last check with Austin Travis County EMS. 4 of those just had non-life-threatening injuries, 1 taken with serious injuries. Thankfully, nobody died here at this crash, this multiple car pileup. It happened on both the upper and lower decks, so emergency officials really had a lot to deal with and clean up. It happened around 8:40 today, and so they've been out here for a while cleaning it up, but we're looking at what is just about the end of it. They look like they're putting on the last couple cars to the tow trucks to take them away. We have some footage and video of what it looked like earlier, a good indication of why it's so important to drive so slow and avoid these overpasses and bridges during icy conditions, because those are going to be the first things to ice up. One more truck or one more police unit is blocking the car, and actually, now that you look at it, that police unit behind that, it looks like we have a TxDOT truck ready and looking to de-ice that road to make it safe to drive. So it looks like they're going to come through and do that once it clears up. I see that last tow truck moving away, or 2 last tow trucks moving away. So we're getting to the end of this cleanup, but you can read more about what happened here on kvnews.com. So hopefully Austin Police is going to open up this road soon, but for people who this is their path, I recommend, or any overpass is their path today. The roads aren't going to get better. It's going to continue to rain. We've seen hail, we've seen wintry mix, we've seen rain, so it's just a rough day to be out on the Austin roads. If you are, I would take it slow. It's not just here, but it's in other areas. We're seeing reports in Leander or Cedar Park, other areas of Austin where these slick roads are causing some road closures and backups, other accidents. We're going to be posting all those on our KVU app and the KVU articles. We're keeping you updated on all of this, including the weather. But it looks like the tow trucks are gone. I guarantee this road is about to open back up. But again, read more about it. For the people, again, 32 people were involved total. 5 people were injured. The rest of those people that weren't injured were either picked up or taken away by Cap Metro buses, who came in to transport them to some warm place to figure out what's next. They didn't just sit here in the rain. They were did have transportation thanks to Cap Metro. Thank you so much for following this coverage. If you do have any questions, please reach out to me, Tori Larned TV. Reach out to KVU if you have any weather questions, any traffic questions, anything like that. We are happy to answer them. Our meteorologists are all working very hard right now to keep you updated. I see them active on social media everywhere, so they definitely care about keeping you updated. The weather not going anywhere, people. It is going to be cold and wet all through the weekend. Possible snow on Monday. West Texas or Central Texas. I don't know what's happening here. Lots of crazy weather. So we will keep you updated and keep you safe throughout the weekend. Until then, we are live on KVU News right now. The impeachment, the former President Donald Trump's impeachment trial going on right now, if you would like to tune in. For now, we're going to log off this Facebook Live since this road is clear and that truck is coming through, as you see, to treat those roads, but it looks like hopefully they will open back up very soon. Hope you have a good afternoon, and everybody, please stay safe. Have a good one.